go to Fabi. We go to Fabi and MPL. There is Neidorf. That's exciting.
We'll go to that and just played a World Championship match against one another, famously going into a tiebreaker that was won by Ding Liren. And with this specific move order, Ding Liren is saying, I'm willing to play a Marshall Gambit, which has been in this repertoire for some time. And Peter, you know a thing or two about the Marshall Gambit.
Or at least I used to, yeah. But people don't
exactly.
And has not played Rook A7. Deviating from Vincent Keimer, which is never a good idea.
Queen F3, and as you were saying, in a very recent game that was played in Malmo, Sweden. That was the one you were first.
No, that's in this year's where I tied for first and lost on tie breaks to Norbek and Arjun.
Okay.
Decent tie breaks though. I mean, I'm not very ashamed of
what happened.
Coming up short in this particular field.
We saw instead Rook to B8 and
94. I think this is a game between Jules Moussard and Mickey Adams. I think because I prepared this line against Arjun in the same tournament after his game against Vincent, I actually booked up on it a little bit. And Mickey didn't equalize fully in that game. I think he ended up winning it after a massive blunder by Jules, but I think he got out of the opening with definitely a slightly worse position and had to suffer for quite some time. Maybe Ding has an improvement, but he's not playing quickly enough for us to be sure that he is prepared and has some kind of an improvement somewhere.
A moment ago you were saying in that game of Vincent that you showed us this maneuver, Queen F5, the Queen got booted by G6, but then
that was before the 94 move.
Yeah, Queen went back to E5 and back to G3, and you provoked some weaknesses. But the overall perspective here, what is Black aiming for C5, C4? Is Black aiming for F5? Is he?
I think C5, C4 is a dream, but I don't think you achieve it very often because White have something to say.
Peter was right. This is the game between Moussard and Adams, and in that game, Black played C5.
Okay.
A4, and then Knight F6. This is the only game in the database, and Black did win this game. But
after a massive blunder, yeah.
So the way it continued, we trade on B5.
Right, maybe.
Bishop F4.
Okay, that is one of the reasons why the...
Now some tactics begin.
Knight takes C4 is playable here.
That was played in the game, yes.
Yeah, Knight takes C4, Bishop B8, Queen B8. Basing this on the fact that D4, C4 is incredibly unattractive in many positions.
Right?
Yeah. But he took with the Rook, and this is a position you really don't want to get. It's not that bad, but it's unbelievably unpleasant to play in practical terms. The bishop on B3 survives on B3,
right?
And your F7 pawn is going to be weak for the rest of the game.
And our undeveloped Rook on A1 is
continues being
on
strong,
a useful open file. Okay, we'll keep an eye on this. Once again, you told me that White has been playing very quickly. That's Nepo, and Ding has been taking all the time.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. Big difference in time.
I think we should jump to Wesley's game. I see G5 and H5 on the board.
Okay, good things are happening there. Once again, Prague versus...
Now,
right approach.
it seems to be very, very comfortable for black because the king just never escapes the cage.
Exactly. I mean, we can bring our... Yes, we can...
You go king g7, yeah, and after g7, the simplest is just to park the rook on d4.
Exactly.
And ask white, okay, so how exactly are you getting out of this corner?
Exactly. This rook keeps the rook on d8 tethered to the d6 pawn, and again, we can improve the position of our king up until this moment, and then we just pass. King h7, king g7, and we say you can't improve your king, you can't improve your rook, let's make a draw. Let's agree to a draw. Yeah. So,
I think I figured out why MBL hasn't called for the arbiter yet. It's gonna be his 23rd draw.
or even more, isn't it?
24th already?
Yeah, I think, yeah. Like, he's been
Could be
on
higher
his
than that, frankly.
By the way, Nepo has just played d7, which is basically saying, I can't even bring my king, even if I...
That you were feeling at that point.
Yeah, okay, but everyone was laughing at this point. It's like everyone who saw yesterday's game.
But Dane seems quite serious.
Well, maybe he... Okay, Endgame...
You think he was worried?
Maybe with pawn f5, yeah, a little bit worried because it's... I mean, yeah, I mean, look, obviously the endgame is pretty much a draw, but not... I mean, not like a dead draw, and I spent like quite some time yesterday like shuffling the pieces around, yeah, with an engine, like how does it work?
Yes.
Because okay, normally it's like draw by with every move, but okay, let's say for example I put my king on f6 yesterday in front of the pawn, and it turned out to be lost immediately after.
Yes.
Yeah.
In a lot of lines,
I don't think.
And this is about to be a draw. I
As he
think
plays
Jan's
the
gonna
king.
hate that endgame for a long time.
He's going to feel a little bit of a curse on this one. Sorry, I just got to report that Prague
Yeah, he played bishop f7, and once again, just